This is the most future video that I have done since the release of GPT 3.0 in September of, I don't know, 2020. You are going to see what vibe go-to-market engineering looks like, vibe sales, if you will. And I'm going to show you with an MCP server to actually one of my very favorite databases that I got exclusive access to. No one in the world. There's only one other person in the world that has access to this. And I'm going to show you exactly the value of an MCP server inside of Claude, talking with real data, identifying perfect fit prospects using data, proprietary data. Let's dive in. This is the craziest video I've ever done. Stick with me. All right. We have access to the Shovels API. This is the best permit database, the most modern permit database in the country. And I said, yo, what does Shovels have the best permit coverage on that identifies the most commercial intent that is most unused? And it queried the Snowflake database. Boom, 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 boom. Commercial fire sprinklers on vacant land. So like 30% of these permits associated with commercial values, like there's 16,000 permits, 4,000 unique addresses, 3,000 contractors. So we basically have so who's going to use this? Commercial real estate developers, but we're going to talk with AI now. So what would you sell them? Okay, pre-development, a target alert system that identifies subscribers when commercial properties with fire sprinklers remain underdeveloped. Okay, great. So I always think about invert. So let's talk to AI. All right, what I want you to do is I want you to go query the database and identify what is the most cluster of permits that are really relevant now, and who could use those. So what I'm trying to do is I want to figure out what is one developer, what is the best clump of data that is relevant to one developer. Then what I want you to do is I want you to go query that data, blend all the insights, come back to me with an actual understanding and a message here about why this is valuable, and then go search the web, figure out who this is valuable to. Go find their information, find their LinkedIn URL, and structure this so as a sales rep, I can reach out to someone right now. So crazy. MCP. Model Context Protocol. This is basically a way for your database to talk to Claude. Anthropic invented this. So what? It's like writing all the SQL query. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited about this. I spent the afternoon getting all this stuff set up. It wasn't too hard. Ironically, I vibe coded with Gemini to get this. Great, Atlanta. How would I have known that? High value commercial vacant land permits. Yeah. So not only are we talking to this thing, but it's actually handle the data format. It can heal. It can fix itself. So crazy. And then we're going to be able to create public campaigns based on that. Oh, great. So it's great. It didn't like Atlanta and it just moved on. I don't have to hire a data engineer. Yeah. High average job value for industrial warehouse permits. Cool. Oh, look, it's actually looking at a property now. I'm not doing anything. If you want to talk about a world where we don't need humans, I do think it's going to be helpful to be able to direct this thing. But this is a video where you're just going to watch the AI work. Yeah. Okay. Great. Now it's searching. Now it's searching. Just do the outreach for me. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Wow. 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 Wow, this is crazy. I mean, this is crazy log, but okay, multiple active permits trolling over 30 with a massive. Wow. This is amazing. Okay, let's actually improve the message here. Okay, great. I'm not going to send someone a letter. So I like the 82 million acquisition. I like the address, the square foot, like construction value. So I don't want to pitch time. I like ideally you can give me the name. You query the database, give me the name of the contractor and the email. I want to send a PVP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste you everything I know about. I have this framework called PVP to deliver permissionless value. So what I want you to do is I want you to come up with basically a three three message. Like this is all just for context. I want you to just redo this message. I want you to go find the person's LinkedIn, and I just want you to deliver a message that aligns the PvP framework here, where we actually are sending something useful. That's like a crazy insight, and I want to go find the actual construction developer or any data you can find internally where we can send something that is independently useful to them. All right, so I'm just gonna like do sales. This feels like where you could just sort of like it's transcribed out of it. This is so funny. I bet you that OpenAI has just been trained on this, so it just like adds. Yeah. I probably should search online. Okay, also, I want you to search online for this property and just like evaluate that you can't find anything publicly about it. I really want to make sure that this is a unique, valuable thing that they really wouldn't know about otherwise. And I don't really understand this buyer, so I don't know why they would find it useful. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Wow, this is crazy. Um, oh, this is like it's almost like so much data. It's hard to. Okay, you're generating like really long messages, and I don't want that. And you also change the. I actually wanted to find the developer for the last one. I only want to write 3 sentences. And they should be like data packed and curious. And I don't ever want to pitch time. I like this idea of connecting. I mean, we can keep with the data center. So I like this because it's saying you basically can create a message here that's like, hey, I understand you're looking for a data center group with 100 to 500 megawatt capacity potential. Um, uh, like basically say, I found this space for you. It might be a good fit. Go see if you can find anything else about this space online. And then also see if you can provide the contractor's information. Like I want to connect these two data sets, but it has to be elegant. This is so interesting. So now you can basically say, I can find properties for you that haven't gone on the market where you can, where there's a need. And I might be able to actually figure out like who is the person that they should be talking to on this property. Now, I don't know. This is why it's so helpful that Claude can search the web too. Yeah. This is so crazy. Okay. Also, can you go see if you can find any other information about this property online? Yeah. Yeah. Can you go find Justin's contact information? Separate these with line breaks, and then go give me this guy's URL, and then also just like double check everything. So put yourself in the shoes of both the buyer and the seller here, and make sure that there's actually like unique value here. And go check stuff online. Like, let's just battle test this and reformat it. This is the same moment I had when I first started having conversation with the ChatGPT. That this is like okay. Whoa, there's citations. Interesting. Okay, don't put it in a code block. Put it in text here so I can see it, and write it in 8th grade level. And then write one to each person separately, because presumably the airport person might want to know about this guy, and this guy might want to know about the airport person. So write 2 emails, and then give me the LinkedIn of each, and then give me also a LinkedIn message to both of them. Now, of course, you can do this in at scale, but I'm really grateful that I built a good relationship with Ryan to do this, because nothing could be more fun. Whoa. He sits on the airport authority board. He must know about it. Okay. Wait. Are you saying that Adam sits? What's the likelihood that if Adam sits on the airport authority board and he's like looking at this thing, like just battle test this me for a half minute, because like what are the odds that he doesn't know about this? It has to be 0, right? Okay, this is crazy. This is why you got to check these things. Okay. No. I mean, look, maybe there's other value because here's the thing: as at such a big thing. I mean, what I want you to do is like, how well known is this? Because at such a big building, my guess is that people already know about this. They have an idea. Like the is the sprinkler permit really the key value here? My guess is that we want to find like kind of undetected. Can you go find like what is there online about this? What is there online about the airport facility? Like this must have press, right? This is why it's so helpful to be able to talk to these models because you can figure out what they know. We will get to a good message. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Um, what I want you to do is I want you to think from a first principles standpoint. The fire sprinkler thing was really interesting, but why don't you just think through from the data that we have, knowing everything about the data dictionary and um, like the types of data that we have, what would be extremely valuable here that for sure that has a high fill rate. For sure, people wouldn't know. Like, there's not a lot of public data on, and who would it be valuable to? So, you really kind of need to explore any variety of different use cases here. I think I'm going to probably talk to Gemini to see if so. Gemini can't talk with the database, which is sort of unfortunate. But Gemini is just a much better model. So what we're going to do is you can't see this on the other screen, but I have the Shovel's data dictionary. All right. I think that. So I'm doing this in the other screen. You can't see it right now. Files. Oh no, Drive. Let's make a copy. I'm just copying the data dictionary. Data dictionary. It's nice having a couple monitors to be able to do different things on. Oh yeah, Gemini can't take. It can't take PDF. Excel. Gemini can't take Excel files, which is a little bit obnoxious. Contractors are really interesting. All right, let's. I'm just going to paste in a bunch of information into Gemini. Ooh. You know, it's really obnoxious because the way that Gemini works is that when you paste in data, it doesn't paste it in as an image. I do have a little. Let's see if I. Oh, great. Great. I do have a little keyboard shortcut as a cheater here. We're going to ask Gemini this same question while and I'll move over the Shovels permit dashboard. So Shovels does have a permit. There's sad Jordan. Let's see what's Claude doing. Oh, the network data is really interesting. Wow, that's really crazy. Ooh. Oh yeah, PE firms. Ooh, this would be crazy. PE firms that acquire um, construction companies. Maybe. This is why you need a framework to approach this. All right. Uh, I'm wondering if they have a. I know that Shovels had a customer data coverage. Here it is. They have this data coverage dashboard, which is really cool. I'm gonna probably see if I can drop this into Gemini. I'm doing this on another window. I already have the data dictionary. Just copy and paste this. All right, with the permits. This is interesting, right? That you can see the jurisdictions. I'm just pasting the raw. Just say okay. All right, I pasted a bunch of stuff into Shovels. The network thing is really interesting, but I actually think that let's do private equity. This is really funny. Look at this. It exceeded context window. Okay, well, it still worked. All right, this is everything for a company called Shovels.ai. I'm trying to figure out what's the best angle here where they have the most coverage, that there'd be most useful information that is gone unused generally, like where only permit data could be useful, where they have the best coverage, where there's the highest commercial value for this information. So help me just sort of think through this. Where should I start based on Shovels coverage, the biggest need in the market, for sure the thing that no one else would know except for having this permit information, where I can send someone unique information with the data alone to hook them, where if they buy, they'll be like big enterprise buyers. Yeah, go help me understand this. And if you have to search the web too to understand market context, do that too. All right, let's see how far Gemini can get us, because maybe Gemini and Claude here can help us figure out exactly what we should be targeting. All right. I think the other thing I really want to. What about like the private equity angle? Like, is there a way for us to think about like growing like types of contractors, like HVAC or something that they should that we should be targeting? Actually, like let's focus just on HVAC. Let's start there, and then think. And so, just give me an understanding. We'll look at the database. You determine what's best, but I'm very interested in HVAC and understanding kind of do we have a good permits there, or is there a better like roofing, etc. Like where do we have the best amount of like permit data for which category of company that PE companies might be interested in acquiring? All right. All right, while Claude works on that, it's gonna smack me. Contractor data. Yeah, okay. No, resident. I don't care about residents. Yeah, but why? Oh, home improvement loans. Wow, really interesting. Yeah. Yeah, the roofing thing we identified before, which is actually very interesting. Market research firms, maybe, yeah. Yeah, solar HVAC. Yeah. Yeah, Florida worked really well. Show the linked, show the contractor details. That's really interesting. I'm curious where Claude is. Yeah, I think this buying angle is actually quite interesting to me. I'm probably going to start a new chat here because I don't want to be smacked by Claude. Because once they tell me I can't use it. yeah. Claude's like, oh man, I'm getting a little tired. Yeah. Let's start a new chat here. And I am in. Let's see. Make sure I do have a project here that has the like data on the shovels database. So let's start here. I'm trying to figure out like how many HVAC permits do we have nationwide? How many HVAC contractors? Just give me an understanding of the database. All right, I'm gonna wrap this. No one wants to watch 30-minute video, but this, I'll have this shut. This is in like this will be the new way to be able to work with these data sets. Now, the single biggest problem is that you got to structure this data, but you can create PVPs with it. You can do it programmatically, and once I get Clay to make an MCP server, you can automate this stuff. So we're not too far away from having a single person that can do the whole workflow themselves. Build this from scratch just with AI. I hope this video was super helpful. I know we didn't get actually to a message. I'm sorry about that. This stuff is going to take time, but and I just got access to this. So I'm really grateful that you spent time watching with me. I think some of that first message is really interesting, but you can kind of see how with this data you can connect the public web data, this private data, and connect it up with other parties and provide that permissionless value. And if you can do it for 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 companies, you can do it at scale. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye.